Hey, welcome to day 51 of my spiritual journal with me, with your soul sister, Iona, host of the #1 Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, where I interview, spiritual YouTubers about their spiritual awakening story. We have the spiritual ascension after show party and the spiritual alchemy giveaway. So hopefully you'll join us in that. Before I dive into this video on your Soul Legacy Journal, I want to just share with you that it is Health Freedom for me, journaling for my spiritual journal, Health Freedom Tuesdays, every single Tuesday on the Soul Legacy TV, YouTube podcast. That is what I talk about. We dive deep on health in relationships, health for your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, relationship health, all those things that help you in supporting your spiritual business and leveraging your light work and lifestyle. So my Soul Legacy Journal, if you're not familiar with the Soul Legacy Journal, it is, and you're new to me, I call it the Soul Legacy Journal. This is a notebook version. And I say it's 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. And so co-created as in you co-creating with your soul guidance, your guides, your angels, universe, and co-creating here on the Soul Legacy TV platform and in the Soul Legacy Academy online teaching platform. So if you're watching in the Soul Legacy Academy, then be sure to jump on our 2-hour monthly call so I can support you in your health and having more freedom in that, and also in the other areas that I talk about on the Soul Legacy TV. So I'll dive into that just a little while. So good morning. We have Robin Knott on, host of the Energy Healing TV and podcast, on with us. Robin says good morning. Robin was waiting for her reminder notification. So did you get your reminder and the notification today? If you watch on Soul Legacy TV YouTube channel, then you will get a reminder if you're subscribed, if you hit the notification button, like this video, share it out, and invite a fellow light worker in to have some more health freedom as you build your spiritual business, and do it with ease, grace, and flow, because we don't want busy to do busy work. We don't want to be burnt out, and we don't want to be broke, really. So Robin says her health freedom, we do our rating, and I'll dive into that if you're new to me. We do our rating on health every single Tuesday. And so we rate other areas of our life because we want that light work and lifestyle balance. So I really want to support you in that. I believe that spiritual business success is about having all of the freedoms, including health, and using our journal helps you to track each area of your life, especially your health, and come back and make plans and all the things. So I'm going to be talking about my health freedom. Please comment, like, subscribe, share out this so we can share with the collective the frequency of health and vibrancy in the world, because we need it, right? So Robin says her health freedom frequency is at a 10. We rate between a 10 and an 11, and I'll go a little bit more on that. And if you've gone through my spiritual vision board challenge, you'll know exactly what that is. And if you don't, then I'll leave the information in the cards or in the description down below. I'll talk about that more now, in a little while. So Robin says, I did get a notification, because I actually set StreamYard out. So I stream on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast. You can watch or listen, watch it on the YouTube channel, or watch it within my Soul Legacy Academy. And I schedule out every single day. I schedule out, you'll see the playlist for you to go live, when I go live, and for you to come live with me and get the reminder. So when you get the reminder, it actually really does notify you, because sometimes it misses a beat. So I'm glad you got the notification. Robin says, no, we don't want to be broke. Being broke doesn't allow health freedom, right? Yeah. And so for my spiritual journal and doing my spiritual journal to support my spiritual business, and when I went through my spiritual awakening, and over the years, as people have come to me, they've gone through a spiritual awakening through different vehicles, different traumas, different events. Sometimes you might like skip and have, you know, fairies and unicorns and it's fine, you're awakened. A lot of the times people go through the dark night of the soul and they kind of don't really know what's happening. And so when I was going through the dark night of the soul multiple times, because I think just saying a dark night gives the wrong impression, like, oh yeah, it's a brief period. My dark night of the soul was a dark decade of the soul. Some people who've come to me over the years go through their awakening through pain. A lot of people go through pain and trauma, emotional pain, physical pain, health issues, all things. Let me know what your spiritual awakening has come through. And if you are wanting to share your spiritual awakening story, I have a co-author book series where my co-authors will be sharing their spiritual awakening stories in our book. It's released on the 6th of May. It's an annual co-author book series because I feel like the more we share, like, look, this spiritual journey is no joke. Like, this spiritual journey is about freedom, having more freedom and love and joy and empowerment. However, depending on how we awaken it and depending on how our soul is calling us to do our work in the world will depend on the experiences that we have. And we can't ignore our health. If we want to build our spiritual business to the best it can be, we want to have our emotional health, we want to have our physical health, our mental health, our environmental health, our social health. So that's what we're going to be diving into in this episode in the spiritual journal. So if you haven't got something to write with, grab something. If you want the Soul Legacy Journal, it's on, this is the spiral bound. This is going to be on Lulu, and then the smaller version is actually on Amazon. So I have notes to share with you. So let's dive in. So Robin says shared on Locals and LinkedIn. Thank you for sharing it out. Awesome. Invite a fellow soul light work, a fellow soul guided influencer and light worker in. And Robin says, isn't that the truth? It's no joke. It really, for real. And so bring back to your point, Robin, that being broke doesn't allow for health freedom. So you're watching this on replay, like, do you believe that? Like, your thoughts and your feelings about health matter because they're going to determine your daily routines around health and the freedom that you have while you build your business, while you build your spiritual business. And for me, I wanted to have my spiritual business be as healthy as it could be. And I wanted to be as healthy as I could be. And so I want to eat right. I want to not be like, have my emotional and my mental health. I want to be worry free. I want to be in the environments that light up and fuel my soul, like, you know, all. And I want to be in relationships that feel healthy. And I want to do my work and build a business in a way that leverages my time, my money, and my energy. And when we are broke, we have choices that are limited. And so for me, what just popped to mind, it doesn't feel relevant at first, but being broke, I went through a really messy divorce and I had to stay in an environment for 4 years. And when we were separated and all the things in the marital home, I left and I had to go back because I was broke and I was homeless and I was all the things. That was not a healthy environment, and it impacts my health, it impacted my children, all the things. So being broke, when you think like going to the core, it's not the poverty, and having a poverty consciousness is not a healthy mindset. It's not a healthy energy to be in the world. It doesn't support that ease, grace, and flow is what I'd like to share. So my spiritual practices, my daily routines are around my health. I'm going to pull Keepers of the Light card for you. I'm going to talk about gratitude. I'm going to talk about crystals, my chakra crystals. Robin Knott of the Energy Healing TV will support you in clearing out any blockages, any thoughts, beliefs, feelings around your health, any shifts, you know, when you get to a certain point and you're like, do you know what, I just have got, and oftentimes things manifest in physical pain or physical, like a disease or what have you. And I'm not saying she'll like take all of your diseases away. I'm not saying that, but things manifest in the body when things need shifting and energy needs clearing. So subscribe to Robin's channel and she'll talk about the chakras. This crystal for today, I just keep it with me. I don't do anything with it. Is tiger's eye. And so it's chakra, the chakra that Robin talks about on the energy healing TV. She talks about chakra clearing the energy and healing, right? And so it's a sacral chakra healing, I believe, Robin, you have to say. And this crystal is tiger's eye. It's for good fortune, prosperity, and inspiration. So if you want to explore more, go and hit Robin up. She'll support you. Robin says, thank you for the shout out. You're welcome, love. So let's dive into filling out our spiritual journal on Health Freedom Tuesday. And again, building your spiritual business in a healthy way is not in isolation to the other things that you'll be doing in your life work and your lifestyle. So I talk about daily, coming on my daily lives, talk about your vision, talk about your values and your vibration. So that's why Robin says my health freedom is 10. And so that's that vibration, what you're vibing at. So my health freedom, so we say Health Freedom Tuesdays. So the abbreviation for that is HF, Health Freedom Tuesdays, HFT, right? Equals. And what does yours equal? So mine's an 11. I'm vibing really, really high in my health because I set the intention, because I have a vision on my vision board and I've isolated that area of my life and I want to live more intentionally. And that's what I put in my spiritual journal. My spiritual journal holds me accountable for looking after my health. And so this live, I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can today, because my daughter has a massage today. The lady's coming, Frances is coming, and because she's going to lay her out in the middle of the living room, and that's part of the health. Like her back was hurting, and that lady, she does all of my health stuff and looks after me and does pedicures and things like that. So it's really important to have the money to be able to look after your health or have somebody support you in your health. Robin says yes, sacral chakra healing Tuesdays, and Robin does a daily live on the Energy Healing TV podcast, so that will be after my podcast. And so jump on it, subscribe, do what you need to do, and join us daily. I'll usually make Robin's podcast live as well. So thank you, Robin, for being here. So your vision, what vision do you have for your health? So we're going to do some spiritual journaling, and you can do this now a little bit with me as thoughts pop up, take some notes, and then you can come back on the replay. And so I want to know what your vision is for your health. Robin says, yay, how wonderful, a massage today. I hope her back feels better soon. Yeah, me too. It's the second time that she's going to have it. I'm laughing because when I speak, people say to me, I was messaging a friend earlier and she said, all right, I'm going to listen back to your messages. I'm going to take notes. I'm like, I'm just speaking. So if you want to do that, then take notes, get Soul Legacy Journal. So spiritual journaling, some prompts. I do my spiritual vision board challenge. And again, I'll leave it in the cards or in the description for you. I do a spiritual vision board and I break down each area of your life. So yesterday it was contribution freedom on the Soul Legacy TV. We talk about health, we talk about emotions on Wednesdays, environment on Thursday, relationship on Friday, spirituality on Saturday, and finances on Friday. So we want to think of all of those areas being healthy. So what vision do you have for your health, for your light work and lifestyle? I say for a year's time, just do a year. Just do a year's time. Yes, for your lifetime. We're talking about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy. But oftentimes when we think of legacy, it's so far out, like, oh, you know, when I die, that's my legacy. No, your legacy is today, in this moment, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year is what is going to be your legacy of when you leave this earthly plane. So we want to live that intentionally, right? And so what health freedom goal do you have? Have you done the spiritual vision board challenge? What thing can you aim towards? So in the spiritual vision board challenge, what I would suggest is, what I do suggest, and I suggest today, is just revisiting this every single week, like not being really super attached to it, but revisiting your vision board for your health every single Tuesday. Just look at it. I teach you to do a Canva, a digital vision board on Canva. and then create a video. My video is 30 seconds for all of the areas of my life. So I check in. And so it just helps you. So my vision is I have a bucket list goal, which is to run a half a marathon. With the pandemic and all the rest of it at that time, it wasn't going to happen. However, on the date of the half marathon, I did it anyway. And so that is what I envision myself doing, like running, being the best version of me. So for me to do that, I need to eat well, sleep well, not be burnt out, not be so busy. I want to take care of my health. And so that's my big goal for me to do. I always want to have something that I can work towards in over a period of time. Let me know if that resonates with you. Not the half marathon, whatever it is, you've got a goal. I also have a goal to travel, and I want to look after my body. We know that through the pandemic, people kind of let themselves go a little bit. You might want to shift some pounds. Might be hormonal. I'm like 49 this year, so hormones might kick in or they might not. Where are you in terms of your health, in terms of your physical health, in terms of your mental health, emotional health, in terms of your social health, relationships, whatever that is that feels good to you? You want to have a picture that's going to represent that and then work towards it. So this spiritual journal is about you journaling every single week on your health so that you can focus what you focus on, where energy goes, where attention flows, whatever that saying is, right? But where energy goes, or attention flows, energy goes, whatever, but we're energy. So what goal do you have? So I've shared one of mine. Part of that goal, I've been reading a book called Atomic Habits. I actually I've been listening to it actually on Audible. Listen to You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay for today. So I'll talk about that in a second. But you have to have the habits. So the spiritual journal is about following through and having the habits that are going to support you in manifesting your vision board. Many times people think, oh, well, I'll just have a goal for my business and my lifestyle and it will just happen magically and I don't have to do anything. In the Atomic Habits, he talks about literally setting up the habits. Your habits today have impacted your health right now and presently, and then your habits in the as we go even over the next week, are going to impact your health. So we want to be coming back to center and doing things with, I say, ease, grace, and flow. So the bikini on the beach goal. So I've forgotten the bikini. So I've got another goal, which is the bikini on the beach. Thank you, Robin. So my health goal is, the bucket list goal is to run a half marathon. My other goal is to travel while I teach and have a bikini on the beach. So my bikini is on my vision board. And so like a beach body. So I do Insanity workout, which is called beach body. And so I'll check back in with my goals. So I'll play my vision board. It's only 30 seconds. And I'll check back in. And the habits are for me to feel. And when you do that, when you really look after yourself, your mental health, your emotional health, you show up as the best version of you as a spiritual business owner. And if you're coming on camera, you're made more confident in your body, all the things. So for me, I have on my vision board, drinking more water. I'm doing that. Sometimes I drop off, but because I have my vision board challenge, and I've done it myself, I go back to that, eating the right foods. I track, I have habit trackers, like an app for what I'm putting in my body, what I'm fueling. And all of that to say is I want to vibrate at the frequency that is my health freedom now, not be like beating myself up, not be like criticizing myself like I'm not doing very well. I don't beat myself up, not very often anyway, if I drop off. And so my vision is the thing that fuels me. And my values are the thing that fuel me, that set that vision really. And so on a daily basis, let me know what you do on a daily basis to support your health. What we want to be doing is tracking what you're doing, how you're launching your day healthfully, how you're leading your day healthfully, how you're leaving your day healthfully. Is in the Soul Legacy Academy. That's what I talk about, looking after you. And so my daily habits, I have on an a reminder on Google. I love Google Suite, like Google Notes, Google Tasks, Google everything, right? And it's free. So I have a reminder that says I'm happy and healthy in my body, and it says like my body is sexy and curvy, and do you know what I mean? Like every single day that reminder goes on, and it just makes me smile. It says my target weight, my goal weight, my ideal weight for me, which is 8 stone. I'm 8 stone 5 right now, 8 stone 6 right now. The next time I weigh myself, I'm seeing 8 stone 5 on the scale. I've been maintaining for a while, so I'm shifting things up as well. So Robin says, I agree, we show up as the best version of ourselves when we feel healthy in our mind, in our body, in our soul, like we're following that soul guidance, and we're not emotionally eating and stuffing down food that we know that's not great. I allow myself, I say 80% and I'm good. So what level of health do you have for you for a year, and are you doing the things that support you, and what do you need to do that supports you on a daily basis? And will you come back to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast every Tuesday to check in with me and say, my health is here, here's where I'm vibing high and I'm doing really well, here's where I dropped off this week, and this is for free, me holding you accountable for free. However, in the Soul Legacy Academy, as you build your spiritual business, for me, spiritual business success includes health, right? And your health freedom. I will coach you and support you and hold you accountable, not because I'm a fitness expert, just because I'm living my best life. Like I'm fasting, I eat really well for the most part. I eat pescatarian. I've done vegan, most plant-based, which I do that still, but not fully, obviously. I haven't eaten meat for like, I don't know, it must be it must be 12, 13 years, over a decade, I don't know. And what feels best in my body. So I want to support you, not just building a spiritual business, but actually having that success in every single area of your life. Excuse me. Robin says, drinking more water for me as well. I don't know the ounces, right? So if you are not in, like, I don't do those metrics because I'm old school. So you have to translate that for me. So 60 to 90 ounces a day. I reach that goal someday, but some I do not. Excuse me. I used to have, excuse me, reminders to drink water every what have you, and I have a water bottle that says by 9 a.m. by this, by that. So I've drank a litre. My goal is to drink 1.5 to 2 litres a day. For my goal weight, I check it, it's 1.5 litres is ideal. If I want to flush my system and release weight, then it's 2 litres that people recommend. Yesterday I didn't hit it, but I don't beat myself up. Like today, you just reset, you start again. But how can you have reminders? How can you set your environment? That's what James Clear was talking about in Atomic Habits. It's like connecting habits to another habit. So say having water by your bed, or have it in your office, or having it, do you know what I mean? Having it around you all the time, or tracking the amount of water daily intake and seeing that. I have an app to track that. So it's like, yay, it's celebrating those goals. Excuse me. Robin says, you've inspired me to check in and track what I do for my health. Thank you. You're welcome. Beautiful. Because what we track and measure, we can track and measure and change. If it's out of our awareness, then we can't change it. So if you put on your spiritual vision board, oh, well, I want to have I want to have a beach body, and I stuff myself with you might, if your metabolism's good, you might get there, and you've got belief that you're going to get there doing that, you might. However, studies show, and probably your history will show, if you do that, then you're not going to get to your goal necessarily, and you know what works for you. We can drop off all the time, but what I wanted to do with the Soul Legacy Academy is actually improve the health and well-being of our nation and our future generation. That is part of my mission with the Soul Legacy movement. I've always worked with children in impacting families, and I want to see that children are healthy, but where our role models, right? Where the role models for our health. My mum worked in mental health as a psychiatric staff nurse, So I heard stories of all health. Obviously, she's a nurse, so just being mindful of our health helps. And Robin says I have a 20-ounce cup, so basically count those on average 2 or 3 of those a day. Perfect. So I have a 500 ml glass, so I have 4 of those a day, right? So I love that. Thank you, Robin, for sharing. So what's your vision of your health a year out? And are you doing, ask yourself, am I doing what I need to do on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis to get to that goal? And if you're not, what is your next step? So write that down in your spiritual journal. What are you going to do? So what have you done over this last week? So we have Health Freedom every single Tuesday. I'm holding you accountable and calling you out, right? Calling you out. I call myself out. What have you done last week? Did you do the best that you could do? I always say to my children, like, do the best that you can do, and that's good enough. So did you do your best? And will you do your best as you move forward throughout the week? Robin says, right, whatever works for us, it needs to be our own awareness to know if we need to make adjustments. Yeah. And so when you write in your spiritual journal, you're having a conversation with yourself. You set your vision. I don't know what your vision is. I'm not attached to your vision. You set your vision, and then we work towards it. There's the framework. There's freedom within the framework for you to choose what weight, what goal, what emotional health means for you, mental health means for you, social health, relationship health. Everybody's life and launching and leading our day looks and feels differently. Otherwise, the world would be boring. But I want to hold you accountable. To talk about vision, what are your values? For me, I want to feel healthy and sexy and vibrant in my body. On the vision board challenge, I give you a whole list of values that you might want to connect with your health so that you'll know whether you're showing up in that way every single day. Every day. Don't go like, oh, well, James Clear says in Atomic Habits that, you might drop off for one day. Okay, that's fine. But when you do 2 and 3 and 4, and that momentum, it just snowballs and it's harder to get back into it. So your values, your vibration, how do you feel in your body, in your mind, your soul? Are you connected? Are you fueled? Are you connected to your soul guidance? When we think about being high vibrational, how you feel, your emotional well-being, we talk about emotions on Wednesdays, but your well-being, how you feel, matters because it kind of blocks. If your energy is blocked, so Robin talks about on Energy Healing TV, your energy, how blocked and how clear that you feel, and how you're vibing, and what you're doing on a daily basis to support your own health. You'll notice that if your energy is going up or down, if you're feeling burnt out or tired or all the things, it impacts what you do and how you show up. So Robin says journaling helps improve the mental health and emotional health too. Yeah, thank you, Robin. The statistics that show, like the statistics on meditation, the statistics that show on journaling, that it improves the mental health and emotional health. And I believe that's because we're having a conversation and we're seeing what is going to go on in our heads, right? What we're saying to ourselves, what we're believing. So that brings me into, thank you, Robin, brings me into, I'm going to talk about gratitude in a second. It brings me into Louise Hay, the book that I listened to for today. Liz, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Let me know if you've heard of that book. I read or listen to a book every single day relating to the freedom. So today's Health Freedom Tuesdays. So every Tuesday I'll come back to, I might listen to something or see something or throughout the week, but I've made the commitment in my spiritual journal to track learning, fueling my mind and fueling my body, fueling my soul with what feels healthy to me. And so the book was You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And she says a few things. And I always hear Louise Hay in my head. And this is where I first learned about it. I think that's the massage therapist coming in. This is where I first learned about it, about thoughts, the thoughts and belief in your fuel you, what you vibe at. And so Louise Hay says that your thoughts become your reality. And in this chapter, she talks about what I believe. And she says basically that when you criticize yourself, these are the 4 things that she believes impacts your health. And she says resentment, criticism, guilt, and fear, and blame that impacts your health like greatly. And so Robin Knott talks about, I've heard of it, I haven't read it though. Oh, it's a beautiful book. It's absolutely amazing. Hey love. It's absolutely an amazing book. Hey love. It's absolutely awesome. So if you haven't got the Audible, I don't know if it's on YouTube or not. It may be. And if it is, we'll do that research, Robin. Just please make a note for that. And I'll put it in the playlist. We have a playlist for the 7 freedoms. Any books that I come across, any books that I recommend, I put them in the community for the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, and also in the playlist on the SoulLegacyTV. So we'll have a look. If not, it's on Audible. I've heard of it years ago, and I bought it on Audible a few years ago, and I hadn't listened to it. So I made a commitment. I just felt guided to listen to that. So she talks about resentment, criticism, and fear. And we know that those are low vibrations anyway, really impacting your life and the disease for you. So you want to be thinking and journaling what your thoughts and your feelings are around your health, around your relationships, around your business, around all of the things. Note them down because they're going to impact your health. All right. So I have my lovely Francis setting up the massage table in my living room. I love it. I'm talking about health today, Francis. So I'm live on YouTube. Let's go into gratitude. So I talk about gratitude every single day, and then I will pull the card and I'll wrap up. Gratitude for your health is like imperative, and I don't know if you are familiar with doing a gratitude journal, but the spiritual journal, you can put all of the things, you can take notes. And for me, I say gratitude on each area of my life, each of the freedoms. So we talk about contribution freedom on a Monday. What am I grateful for that? Health freedom on a Tuesday, emotional freedom on a Wednesday, environmental freedom on a Thursday, relationship freedom on a Friday, spiritual freedom on a Saturday, and financial freedom on a Sunday. So what can you think of that you can be grateful for? Write that down in your spiritual journal. And today I just noted, and I won't go into it deeply, and I will wrap up in a second, but I want to think, you want to think of this is what I do. I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. So what are you happy about? What do you appreciate and what are you grateful for? Not only for current, what things in the current, but things that have happened in the past. And Louise Hayes talks about that forgiveness. So it's healthy to release anything and just be grateful for the lessons and the experiences that you've had to date. What's going on now and what do you want to happen in the future? So if you're saying it's kind of like a thanks in advance. So anything that comes to mind around your contribution, for me, I'm really grateful for my purpose and knowing what that is and being able to share it with you, because there was a time when I wasn't clear on that. Fitness, my fitness level. And yesterday I was talking about for my health, running a half marathon. And yesterday I was just really inspired. I actually wanted to do, I do walks, and most of the time I thought, well, I'll jog a little bit because I had to get back for Robin Knott's live on the Energy Healing TV, because she has the Energy Healing lifestyle. And I'm like, I've got this amount of time, let me go. And I ran yesterday and I pushed myself. It was just absolutely amazing. So I'm really grateful for that I feel healthy enough to do that. Robin says it looks like the book is available on YouTube. Woo, woo. Oh, brilliant. I'll put it in the playlist. Thank you, Robin, for looking that up. Emotional health, well-being, just feeling really high vibe, my emotional well-being. Write down in your spiritual journal what you're grateful for. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate and feel it and connect with it, and connect with your vision board on it. Environmental freedom. What is in your environment? Where are you? And for me, how the world is, the health and well-being in the world has been like quite shaky for a long time, and I believe that things are getting better. I don't watch the news, don't have I read the newspapers, so don't bombard me with this is happening, that is happening. That is my belief. Relationships, I had a couple of people friends ring me yesterday. Super grateful for that. Spirituality, confirmations and signs. You guys know I have the signs and synchronicities. and finances, having things that are paid, buying my notebook, buying things that support me for my laptop, all of those things. Just write what you're grateful for in your spiritual journal and let me know how you find it. I'm going to wrap up today with our card reading. So Mia can have her massage and Frances can get on with her day because I know she's busy. So thank you, journaling. Me too. Okay, cool. So this is the card that I pulled from Keepers of the Light from Cal Gray today. I know your eyes are light. Oh, she loves cards. This is Freya. Have you seen this one? The Keepers of the Light. So Freya, phases and cycles. This is the beginning with every, so there is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So whatever that means to you, you can journal on that. So let me read the card. So Freya, which means lady, is the Norse goddess of the moon and love. She's the twin flame of Odin and the warrior goddess who offers deep and spiritual physical protection to those who call on her. So if you need that, then call on her. So let me know if you're familiar with the Keepers of the Light. I think you are. Robin says, love bringing in the energy of gratitude. Cool. She will stand before you with her shield and spear and keeping you safe from harm. She works closely with the moon energy and helps us recognize that our life is a cycle that is always changing. You guys can do your thing if you want to. She herself is the maiden and the mother and the crone aspect of all women and guides to see them, to see the wisdom and the cycles she brings. We all go through phases and cycles of growth. And Freya is the energy that supports this. She has the raven spirit totem. You see that? Hang on, I've lost it. She has the raven spirit totem, which is said to represent the capacity to travel between heaven and earth. Extended message, a phrase or cycle. My daughter's trying to have some privacy up in here. I'm going to wrap up. A phase of your life may be coming to an end, but it's important to acknowledge it's not the end. One door, I love this, one door closes and another one opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now it's here. So if you've had on your spiritual vision board, like something you want to change, it's going to be here. You could feel vulnerable. You know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed to you, and you can leave behind anything that is false. Step into your peaceful warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. So this is for me. This is for you. I love it. I'm not even going to apologize for the health freedom that's actually happening in my living room. Get to work from home. So if you want support for your spiritual business, I have my free chapter, VIP Day, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencers compass to leveraging your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I also have a free chapter, VIP Day, which I'll leave in the comments and the links and in the cards for my book launch videos. And you can check out the YouTube Summit, which will be coming October through to April. I would love to support you on this journey. Robin says moon energy resonates with the emotions, which is governed by the sacral chakra. Perfect timing as always. So Robin, I will see you on the Energy Healing TV. And thank you for sharing with us. Love you too. Yeah. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.